coming back and hanging out with our friend DeAndre Carter. And DeAndre got the Birdman hands going on early, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let's just start here, man. At this point in the game, right, we're, 4 weeks into camp, whatever it is, like, how ready are you guys to kind of shift focus, get ready for, a real opponent, regular season mode? I know we got Saturday, and there's so much that goes into Saturday, but, I mean, just what's the general excitement to be this close to the finish line?
It's definitely exciting, getting ready to start the regular season. Definitely exciting, but like you said, man, Saturday is nothing to be looked over. We got guys, out there fighting for jobs, fighting for their livelihood. So we want to go out there and support those guys and make sure they, get an opportunity to put their best self on tape.
We were talking about that in the studio yesterday, where I think as a casual fan, you kind of look at the preseason finale, and you know that a lot of the big dogs aren't going to play, right? Coach hasn't said officially who's going to play and who's not going to play, but you assume that a lot of the starters, a lot of the top-end guys aren't going to play. So I think there's like a natural kind of, maybe we're not going to tune in for this one. But you look at this game, man, and guys around the league are going to make jobs. They're going to earn jobs based off of what happened in this preseason finale.
For sure, yeah. I would say even go from my own story. Like, this last preseason game used to be everything for me. My first couple of years in the league, trying to scratch and claw to make a team, trying to make an impact on the game, get some good film out there. So, the guys that's out there, what I'm saying, it's big for them. It's a big moment for them, and it could change the trajectory of their lives. So it's a big moment for sure.
Is that a different kind of pressure as a player you feel coming in? Like, when you're a guy who knows that, hey, I got to show out in this game just to make the final roster, like, is that a different kind of pressure than a week 3, week 4?
I wouldn't say it's a different kind of pressure. I think anytime you out there, like, you trying to put your best foot forward, regardless of what you're doing. I don't know, and I can't speak to other people if they put, pressure on themselves or not. But to me, it's just going out there and playing to the best of your ability, laying it all on the line, and, let the chips fall where they may.
Speaking of what we've seen on the field, Saturday down at SoFi Stadium, man, it feels like you were inches away, right?
Literally.
Inches away from housing that one. I guess, like, for me, for like a casual fan, right, for someone out there, when you get the punt, when you see the ball in your hands, like, what do you, in that split second, like, what are you looking for as soon as the pigskin gets in your hands?
Yeah, first, make sure you catch the ball security is the best thing. It's the most important thing. And then you really, like, you catch the ball, you get a glimpse of where everybody is. You got an idea of what return we have called. And then you're just trying to find the best way to set it up to get to, whatever the return call is. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to make, 1 or 2 guys miss, and then let your natural ability kind of just take over. People always ask me, like, what do you look for on a punt return? It's really more of like a feel thing. It's like a natural, reaction to people coming at you and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it's like the same thing every time. It's kind of just off the field.
So, like, when you make that first guy miss, is that the first one where you're like, okay, like, now we're kind of cooking?
Yeah, you make the first one miss. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a positive return. You kind of get past that first wave of guys, and then that's when special stuff can happen.
Did you think that you were home free on
Saturday?
Saturday?
I thought it was 6. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was 6. I was kind of mad that I let the punter push me out, but we'll get a couple.
Hey, that's what the preseason's for, right?
Sure.
We're ironing out all the kinks. We're making sure that come week 1, right, we're ready to go big time.
All the kinks got to be out by week 1.
Exactly. You and I were talking on our way up here. Northern California guy, man.
Yes,
so what are you, when you're growing up in San Jose, when you're in Fremont, when you're kind of rocking, doing your thing in the North Bay, like, what are your kind of memories of the Raiders? Because the team was still back in Oakland at that time.
Yeah, it was still. So it's crazy. Like, my whole family is Raider fans. So I used to go to the Coliseum. My dad used to take me and my little brother to games over there. Back there when they had the baseball diamond, as the early part of the year and stuff like that. But if you've never been to a game at the Coliseum, it's a different experience for sure. It's a different experience. It's fun. But just back then, like, my family being Raider fans, the team going to Super Bowl in 2002, Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, those guys, was an exciting year for the Bay Area in terms of football. So that's probably my most memories.
Was it wild for, like you said, a lot of your friends and family, like Raiders fans, like, is it wild for them when you say, hey, like, I'm gonna be in Vegas this year, I'm wearing silver and black?
They all excited, super excited. My dad been a lifelong Raiders fan. He was super excited. When I decided to come sign here for the season. Whole family, we'll have a lot of people out there at the games this year, so it'll be fun for sure.
You're coming off, we look at the numbers, 2 of the best statistical years that you've had in your career. What's kind of worked for you the past handful of seasons?
I think it's just being ready for your opportunities and, capitalizing when you get them. And both of those this year and the year before, I had some guys in the receiver room on my teams, go down with injuries, and it's kind of, the next man up mentality. And for me, it's kind of just, taking that opportunity to, maximize it and show, I've kind of been known as a returner, in my career, but showing people that I can play receiver too, and be productive in that role. So just being ready when the opportunity comes.
And obviously you come here in Las Vegas now, but a little familiarity for the AFC West from you, right?
Mm-hmm,
Spent last season in Los Angeles. I mean, I always ask guys this me and Brandon had this conversation too. I was like, are you aware, like when you're playing and you're doing your things, living in LA, about how many Raiders fans there are still in Southern California?
It's so many out there, and we just, even us going out there to play, this past week, you see a lot of black and silver out there, in the games. But the Raiders used to be in Oakland. The Raiders used to be in LA. So still a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what's it been like for you to kind of feel that energy from the fans, both home now and on the road, and kind of just understand, like, I tell people all the time, like, I believe, I'm a firm believer that all the fan bases in the NFL are super passionate, right? Like, these people spend their time, their money, their free time to commit to their team. But there's something a little bit different about the Raider Nation.
Raider Nation a little different. Like I said, been growing up in the Bay, I've been, being able to witness it for a while. But it's been great. When you go out there and you got a fan base that's behind you, that's supporting you to the extent, that Raider Nation does, and how, they ride and die for the squad. It makes us as players want to go out there and put a good product on the field for them. So we can go out there, and try to get wins and, get them something to cheer about. So, we love the support, and we go out there and try to give them a show.
Last one before that, here, DeAndre. Obviously, still relatively early for you here in Las Vegas. But I mean, just what have your impressions been of moving to Southern Nevada? Kind of life here in the desert.
It's been great. It's been great. It's always something to do out here. If you want to do it, if you want to stay out the way, you can do that. But it's fun. I mean, other than it's hot, but
it is hot. But I feel like we're coming out of it now. We feel like we're coming out of it.
It hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be throughout camp. But other than the heat, I love it out here. It's great, man. Great city, great people.
I'd say as one Northern California guy to another, it's hard to get used to the heat.
Yeah,
it's hard. They tell you, like,
you can't get used to
it.
No,
like, you'll be fine. You'll get used to it. And, like, in some senses, like, yes, but, man, 110 is still 110.
110 is 110. 115 is 115. Ain't no getting used to that. I'm sorry.
Agreed. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming to hang out with us. Best of luck on Saturday. Continued health and success, and we'll talk to you soon. All right,
yes,
brother?
sir. Appreciate you for having me.